Some are gonna give you that hello smile, reel you right in from a country mile, turn a little spark to a full-on fire. It's what they do. Some are gonna make you wanna wash your truck.
It was great. I mean, growing up in Fort Worth, I saw lots of shows at Billy Bob's and got to see everyone from Willie Nelson to Pat Green to Jack Ingram, Robert Earl Keen. So there was a lot of live music to go see, and just being able to start my career in Austin. I've been influenced by guys like Stevie Ray Vaughan and a lot of the Texas blues, so it's definitely had a huge impact on my sound and my songs. I started playing guitar and drums at about 10 years old. Started writing songs at 16. And my first gig was just a solo acoustic gig at a local music venue in Fort Worth called the Aardvark. I was 17 years old, and that was my first show. So fast forward, I moved down to Austin for college in 2008, and I recorded my first album my sophomore year in college, and then I put a band together and started touring around Austin and Texas at about age 20. So that's when I really started pursuing music full time.
Not all of them are gonna let you call them baby. Not all of them are gonna give you more than a maybe.
No, I was actually a radio, TV, and film major, and that's always been another passion of mine is filmmaking and storytelling. But my junior year in college, I decided to put school on hold and pursue music full time.
I wanna take a sunset drive, lay a blanket on a riverside, stare up at the stars all night.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd co-direct essentially every video I put out, and I love, helping stage the shots and thinking of the concepts, and I get to sort of flex those muscles and use that creative side and incorporate the video, my love of, filmmaking with music, with my music videos.
All of them are gonna let you call them baby. Not all of them are gonna give you more than a maybe. Not all are gonna find a way to drive you crazy.
It's pretty surreal, growing up watching CMT and seeing all your, a lot of your favorite guys' music videos, and then to have mine up there as well. It's cliche, but it's a dream come true for sure. I think country is some of the most honest music, and I love honest, authentic music. And a lot of the country music fan base really feels like, my family and friends. When I perform for country music audiences, it really does feel like, I'm one of them, they're one of me. There's no separation. It's like we're one big family, and I think country music fans are some of the most loyal, fun fans in the world. And I think the music I'm making right now really speaks to that genre, and country is sort of at the root of it all for me. Those are my first influences were country music influences, and so it was kind of a no-brainer to land in that genre. Oh man, I've had so many different influences over the years. Honestly, everything from country music to blues to classic rock. But Keith Urban has definitely been one of my biggest country influences, and I really appreciate you noticing that there was any resemblance, because I take that as a compliment. I love Keith's music, and I love him as a musician, and so he's definitely been a huge influence on me as a songwriter.
We'll be dancing slowly, riding down the road.
I would say there are some similarities, but hopefully there's been an evolution in the sound and the songwriting and the vocals and the guitar playing. It's been about 6 years since my first full album. We put out an EP a few years ago and some singles, but so a lot of time's gone by, and hopefully the listeners and the fans will be able to hear growth in the songwriting, in my vocals, and the guitar playing, and the musicianship, and hopefully there's more depth and hopefully it's getting better. That's all we can try to do is get better. So I think people will see some similarities between this and Fireworks, but also some sort of new elements and some evolution of my sound as well.
Do not disturb hanging on the door. And we're dancing slowly.
There's really not one way that it just happens every time. Sometimes I think of a title and then I write from there. Sometimes I think of a melody and there's no words and I just sort of sing a melody into my phone and I save it. Or sometimes the whole song will be poetry and I have all the words and I need to add the music to that. I've written songs every single way you can write a song practically, so I try to keep it fluid and whatever the moment, whatever feels good in the moment, that's what I try to chase, because a good idea can come from anywhere. So you have to be open to whatever that is.
You and I gonna be inside, all tangled up, tangled up.
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, like I said, every song has a different inspiration. They either stem from life experiences, something I've seen or gone through, or something that I know someone else has gone through. But the songs are all real personal, and pieces of my life, things I've gone through, things I've experienced. Some life is my inspiration, and I take inspiration from other artists, and I try to take my favorite, pieces. I try to take pieces from my favorite artists and sort of bring them into my music and present it in a new way. Just the fact that people can hear it. You work so hard on these songs and you spend a lot of time, working on them, and they're sort of yours and they're real personal. So it's exciting when you get to share them with everyone and, hear how they relate to it, what they mean to them, how do they connect to it, and, what are their favorite lyrics, what are their favorite songs. That's what's fun, is sharing this personal thing that's been sort of your baby for a while and just kind of letting it fly, letting it go.
Let's hop in the car and drop our counting day.
Well, we have some fun dates coming up this summer. We just opened for Chris Young in Colorado. We're opening for Granger Smith tomorrow night in Toledo, Texas. We're playing Summerfest with Brothers Osborne July 7th. And we have some really fun tour dates coming this fall that we'll announce soon.
Make God